today. So most of you are not available. That's fine. Yeah. So in the last session, we have seen how we can operate the text data and how we can handle it. Like we have seen how we can extract the text or part of the text from the text. So in order to get the part of the text, two options we have used. One is indexing. So we can specify the indexing, and indexing is important for us at the time of RDD. And the second one, we are having a slicing. So you can also use the slicing to get the range of the text. And if you want to get the single character here, then you can go for indexing. And if you want to get multiple characters, then you can go for the slicing. And how we can operate the text, or how we can operate the strings. In order to operate the strings, we have a string methods. So some people we can call them as a methods or functions, more or less same. Okay, so functions, small difference will be there between the functions and methods. I'm just giving a difference here. Executes independent of data type. So it is going to execute with the independent of the data type. And when you go for methods, it is going to take a particular data type. And functions will be identified by the function name, of course. And method will be identified by the variable dot function name. Let's say, for example, if I have a function, then you can say function like this. And if it is a method, when you call the method, we are going to use variable dot function name. When you say variable dot function name, it is a method. And when you say only method, when you say only function name, then it is a function. If you don't use the variable prefix, then we can say it is a function. Okay, so that is what it is. So syntax also have given function name here, and here variable name dot function name it is. So very first function I'm going to talk about is string dot upper function. So string dot upper function is used to convert all the characters into uppercase. If you want to convert the characters into uppercase, then you can use this. This function is available in many places. Okay, so again, I may call a function or method, we just feel that how exactly it is going to be there. So more or less same I feel. Like if you go for SQL, we have a function called upper function to convert all the characters into uppercase. Okay, so here in strings, we're going to have a str dot upper. This is a method name because we're using a str dot. Okay, so let's say, for example, I have given here S is Bhaskar, all in lowercase characters. I wanted to convert into uppercase, then you're going to say S dot upper. S dot upper, you're giving a string dot upper. S means string. So you're storing this entire value into the S. So this is a method. So method always is going to be there as variable dot function name. So when you have a variable dot function name, that we can treat as a method. Okay, even if you call function, there will be no much differences. So if they ask any specific difference, then you can say about it. But 99% is no one will ask what is difference between method or function. Now, if I execute this one, what happens is it is going to convert all the characters into uppercase characters. You can see here. It is converted. Here I'm having a lowercase characters. Once I use S dot upper, it is converting all the values into uppercase. Quite opposite to upper function, we have a function called lower function. So lower function is used to convert the characters into lowercase characters. Now I'm just giving here, S is now Raja here, and I'm just saying S dot lower. Then automatically whatever the value is there in the S, that will be converted into lowercase characters. So Raja is going to convert it into Raja in lowercase characters. Let's execute it and see the result. And The next is swap case. So swap case means the name itself saying that we can swap the case from one case to another case. We have a two cases only, right? We have a lower case and we have a upper case. So if you use the swap case, then what happens is if there is a upper, it will be converted into upper. If there is a upper, it will be converted into lower, or vice versa. So it is used to swap from lowercase to uppercase and uppercase to lowercase. So here I'm just taking data engineering by Bhaskar. So I've given here each and every starting word is having a uppercase character and rest of them are having a lowercase. Wherever there is a lowercase, it is going to convert into uppercase, and wherever there is an uppercase will be converted into lowercase. We can see the output here. That is a swap case. And there is a capitalize each word or str dot capitalize. It is used to capitalize first word of the entire string. First character, if I'm correct. Let me check. When I execute this one, how exactly it is going to get the result. Let's execute it. Let me clear this. So here the word itself, right? Yeah, so the word itself is having uppercase characters, so you don't feel the difference here. Okay, so let me re-execute this. Now clearly observe there is a difference and use this capitalize. Basically the same function in other place is going to capitalize each word of the starting character. But in Python, only the first word only is going to be considered. You can see the first word, first character only uppercase. Of course, the word itself is having uppercase. Rest of all the characters are converted into lowercase. So it is used to capitalize first word of the entire string. Let me say small difference here. First word of first character. Okay, so now if you go for this one or title, then it is going to capitalize each word starting character. So this will be converted into a D, and this will be converted into E. This will be converted into B, uppercase. This is also B. So you're going to get each and every starting character of word is going to be converted into uppercase character. That is the string dot title. So title function will do that. Let's execute it and see the result here. And then I have a strip function to remove the trailing and leading spaces. If you wanted to remove the spaces from both the sides, then you can use the strip function. In SQL Server, we have a trim function. So it is going to trim the trailing and leading spaces. So spaces from the left side and right side is going to be removed. If you use the trim function in SQL Server, the same function here we are having as a strip. So there is a chances to use this function as part of the RDD, because when you're going to, if you wanted to avoid any spaces, then you can use the strip function to remove the spaces. It is used to remove starting spaces of the text or spaces after ending of the text also. So here I'm just keeping some space here, and here also I'm keeping some space and keeping inside the S. Let's say S dot strip is going to remove the spaces that I'm just keeping inside another variable. Let me print it. Let's execute it and see the result. No spaces are available here after the strip. And if I wanted to remove only either left side or right side, we have another function, two more functions to remove the spaces. One is lstrip to remove spaces from the left side, and spaces from the right side, we have a R strip. If you understand this function, then you can easily understand the rest of the two functions. You can try from your side. Just for understanding, I'm just going to execute this. This is after strip. You're going to have a space here. You can see in the output, if you select it, there is no spaces here. But if you see, you can find there is a spaces after the after R. And if it is R strip, then right side will be removed and right side left side will be spaces are there. You can see here the spaces color. So that is how it is going to be there. Now I wanted to say one more function, replace function. This function also there is a chances to use when you're dealing with the RDD. Okay, so strip function also there is a chances if you wanted to remove the any spaces if the requirement demands, because RDD API, if RDD API is not having that function, then you have to use it from the Python. So for that reason, we are going to use that. Okay, so a replace function is also one of the function. There is a chances to use it as part of RDD. So I'm just keeping one string here. S is good morning, and print. I'm just printing S and ID of S. Any text it is, you can take it. So I wanted to replace this good with the bad. Then ultimately it is going to be replaced with different value. And let's see what, let's say for example, you're having the value something like this. And you're keeping inside one variable, that variable name is S. Now what you're trying to do is you're replacing this good with bad. So then let's see, will it go and replace the existed value or will it go and create a one more with bad morning? And how it is going to show, we'll see that now. Just, oh my God. Unfortunately, I click it. Let me redraw again. I have a good morning. You're assigning it to the S. Now you're going to replace this good with bad. So when you replace with bad, will it create a separate object or will it go and will it have a different object, or different object means you can see the address of it. So when you have a different address, we'll see the address of this and we'll see the address of this. Then based on that, we can say, is it reassigning or recreating, or is it replacing or not, it is going to show you. So let me execute this. You can see different object here. I'm just giving address last four characters here. 8864 I'm having, and here I'm having 0784. So that means objects are different and it is going to point to this. And this will be removed by garbage collector because we already know it, right? Fundamental data types are not immutable. Okay, so fundamental data types are immutable. Okay, so we cannot modify it. We cannot modify the directly object value. But collection data types, like if you take a list that is a mutable, so that means we can change it. But whereas the string data type cannot be changeable because it is a immutable. So we already know about it. And I'm just showing here practically also different addresses are there here. So once this variable assigned to the new object, then automatically this will be removed by your garbage collector. So that is about it. And a split function is very, very important function that we are going to use when you deal with the RDD. I'm sure if you're having a RDD. So when we are going for RDD is unstructured data. If you're handling a unstructured data, there is a more and more chances to use this RDD. So in that case, there is a chances to use the split function, which is very important. Keep in mind. So I'm just specifying the text here, Azure Data Engineering. And I wanted to get the result of this s dot split. If you see the s dot split, let me show you here so that you can see how exactly it is going to get. I'm just taking S equals to data engineering by Bhaskar. Now I wanted to print of S comma type of S comma ID of S. You can print it. So you can see here, this is the idea of it, and this is the text and value of type is str. Now I'm going to split it. Let's say to split it, s dot split. You can see here, it is going to show the IntelliSense also here. S dot split, and split is based on the space I wanted to split it. The result I wanted to keep in another variable. Now I wanted to print the result. Now you can see the list of values here. A list of values, you are going to get it. That is what I'm just trying to say here also. When you execute this one, it is going to get the list of the values. So the return type of split, the return type of the split function is the collection of items. You are giving an item, okay, you are giving a string. Simply we can say you are giving a string, and the string is going to be split by space. It is splitting by the space. Okay, so in data factory also we have the same split function in order to split the text into multiple items. So space is a separator. So when you take a space as a separator, then this part is one item you can see here, and data is one part, and engineering is one part. So three parts are there here. So list of items we're having, this is a 0, index is going to have a 0 here, and this is going to have a 1, and this is going to have a 2. So that is the indexing positions. So we'll talk about that in the future. Okay, so if you want to split the data based on the space, then you have to specify the space. And if you wanted to split the data based on a comma separator, then you have to specify comma separator. Okay, so this is very, very important function. Like if you wanted to get the parts of the text, then it will be much more easier and easy to do it. Guys, give me please 1 minute. I'm just taking my tea. I'm back. So by default, even if you don't give a space, by default, it is going to take the space as a separator. But here I have given a space, but even if I don't give a space, it is going to get the same result if you observe. You can see here. So same to same result, even if you execute it from the Jupyter notebook also. So wherever it is, the concept is same. Now the second exercise that we're having based on the comma separator. Now I just kept it as a comma separator here. Then you have to specify comma, because if you go for CSV files, when you read that data from the CSV files, you're going to have a employee number, comma, employee name, comma, job, comma, something like that, you're going to have it, right? So if you want to split this data, then you have to use the split function with comma separator. And if it is not a comma separator, whatever the separator it is, you may have a, like, if it is a CSV, then it is that one, and tab separator also will be there. Okay, so some separator will be there in the files. You have to take what separator you require to split it. So split is always is this one. And even if you wanted to split the date also to get the date parts, we can also use the split function. At the time of RDD, like if you are doing a transformation with the RDD, to split the date as well, because we are going to have a date something like 03, 04, and 2025 we have, then you can use this split with this one. So this part will go separate, this part will go separate, and this part will go separate. If I wanted to get this part, you can get it. The similar kind of exercise that we are going to come across with the RDD in Databricks. So that is about the split function. It is very, very important, keep in mind. And then another function also is important, that is a join function. So string dot join function is going to join the multiple strings into one string. Okay, so it is used to join multiple strings into single string with a specified delimiter. Okay, so now I'm just keeping this here, multiple text parts, like this is not a string. I'm just giving s equals to Azure. That is one part. Another part is data. And then other part is engineering. Right? So this is one part and this is one part, this is one part. This entire thing is not a text, it is a list. List of items we are going to have. Very soon we are going to talk about what is list. Okay. So maybe in the next session, we are going to talk about the list and list functions we're going to see. Then you can understand it. So if you want to combine multiple this text values into one text value, multiple parts into a single text value, then we are going to use join function. We are going to use join function. So join s dot join s, we have to take it. Okay, so then you have here you can give a separator. Separator dot join. You have to specify specified separator. What separator you wanted to get it? I wanted to get the star as a separator. Then you can give a star. If you want to give a comma separator, you can give a comma separator. If you want to give a space as a separator, then you can give a space as a separator. So here I'm giving a star join. Yes, I'm just giving. Let's execute it. We can see how text is coming as a single text value. Okay. I'm just saying a list equals to, basically that is a list. So collection of items inside a list we are going to have. I'm just saying Azure data engineering. Now I'm just going to say print of LST, comma, type of LST, you can see. Now I wanted to convert this into a single string, then you can use the join with what? LST. Now this result, I wanted to keep it in separate variable. Let's say result. And then print res comma type of res. So you can see all together. The first one is a list. Now after joining, it is coming as a text. So join is also there is a chances to use. For some reason that you may come across the join function also. So join dot join means it doesn't mean that you're going to join the data. You're going to combine multiple parts into single text part. So in that particular case, we're going to use this join function. And index is going to get the specific position of the string or specific position of the character. So simple, this is equivalent to, if you remember in data factory, there is a function called index of. You remember, right? Index of we discussed as part of the data factory, the same to same it is. In SQL Server, we have a same function with the name char index. Here in Python, we have an index of. In data flow, we have a instr. In data flow, the same functionality you can get with the instr in a data flow. So here I'm just specifying s equals to Bhaskar, and I'm just trying to find where exactly my a is available. So a is available in the third position. A is available in the third position. It is going to get the a position. Let me execute it and see the result. So the reason why it is getting 2, because the index starts from the 0. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like that, it is going to get, you're trying to find a this part. So you're getting a 2 here. Now you're trying to find a b. So it is going to be case sensitive. B is not available. So it is going to return error. So returns an error if the string was not found. If the specified text is not found in the text, then it is going to get an error. Let me show you. Now you can see here, substring not found. You're trying to find this B in this basket and B is not available. So I already told you, Python is case sensitive. I mean, these values are case sensitive. Of course, Python itself is a case sensitive. We already seen while discussing about the variables. And next is find function. So find function also more or less same. It is going to do the same thing. Okay, so string.find function. This function is there in many places I came across in my experience. It was there in a DAX, like, in Power BI, it is there. In Power BI, we have a find function. It is used to find the position of the string within the string, returns -1 if not found. Here, index is returning error when it is not found. The difference between the find and index function is it returns an error if not found, but whereas the find function is going to return -1 if not found. So that is the use of this, except that it is very much similar. Now I'm just trying to find a is available in the second position, it returns 2. And if you're trying to find a b is not available, it returns an error basically if it is the index function. So since we're using a find function now, the find function is going to return -1 because match was not found. Just observe, let's execute it. And see here it is having a 2. And when I execute this, then it is going to have a -1 because specified text is not available. And then string.count, how many characters are there if you want to find. Okay, so specified character, how many times it is available. If you want to find it, then we can use the string.count function. It is used to get the number of occurrences of the specified string. So how many number of occurrences it is having. So when you have a basket, so if you want to find how many times A is available, so A is available 2 times. So that is, it is going to give it. And here B is available, no match found. So B is not available here. If you give a capital B, then it is going to say it is available 1 time. Okay, so there may be similar kind of functions in the data factory also. You can just have a look on it. So you can go to the text part, or I mean part of the text functions, you can feel what functions are available. Now here it is having a 0 is because we don't have a B here. And other important function when you deal with the data, especially in the Databricks, the same function is available in the ADF also. In ADF also we have a starts with. Okay, so starts with function is available in ADF also. It returns true if the text is started with the specified text. Now I'm just specifying here Bhaskar as a text. I'm just trying to see is Bhaskar starting with B or not. Then if it is starting with B, it returns true, else it returns false. So here it is saying S dot starts with B. Yes, it is true. Name is started with specified character. So it is going to return true. Now just execute this one. It is going to give a true here. Now, when you see this next one, we are having same exercise, but starts with A. So it is not starting with A. So it is going to give a false here. It's going to give a false. Let's execute it and see. You can see. So the way we are having a starts with, in the similar way, we have a ends with function, which is going to check is specified, the text is ending with the specified character or not, is going to get it. But return it. This particular functions will be used in a conditions. So if you wanted to specify any conditions, I already told you condition always returns true or false. So it is going to return true if the condition is satisfied, and it returns false if the condition is failed. So in that particular cases, we are going to use this kind of function. Whatever the function is returning true or false, those functions will be used as part of the conditions. Now I'm having same exercise here, is equal to Bhaskar, and I'm just trying to check is that ending with the R or not. Ends with R. So it is true. It is ending. It is ended with R. So it is going to give a true. This example is going to give a false is because it is not ending with the A. Now just execute this one and say here I'm having a true and here I'm having a false. And here I'm having one is alpha numeric. Alpha numeric is the value alpha numeric or not, you need to check it. Okay, so this is what it is saying. How do you know the value of variable? What value is there? If you wanted to check it, then you can use this function. It returns true if the text is having letters and digits. If whatever the text you specified here, Bhaskar 1, 2, 3, this is having a number as well as text. This part is a text. And this part is a number. That means digit. So when you have a text and digit, then we can say it is a alphanumeric. So in order to check what kind of data is there, we can use this alphanumeric function. So that will check this entire text and it is going to say it is true or not. If the text is having a number, then it is if text is having both of them, then it is going to say true. Now just observe here. Let's execute it. Now it is having a true. Alpha, text is there, is alpha null. And if we use this one, it is going to give a false. Because space is not a, I mean to say, basically this, what I can say, characters means A to Z. Okay, so no special characters. This special character is not going to be treated as a alpha. Okay, so because of that reason, it is giving a false here. Okay, so the same thing, because space is there, so it is going to say it is false here. Is all alphanumeric. And sorry, there is a all number or something, some naming standard is there. All numbers, no, something is missing because I have a one more function here, alpha function. So this is going to get exactly all numeric or is all numbers. Some naming standard is there. I'll let you know this one. And you can also try exactly the naming standard of this. As we're having a alpha separately function here is alpha. Okay, understand. So this particular function is checking for both alpha numeric, but this is checking only alpha. Is that a text or not? It is going to text. It is going to test. I'm correct only. So this is going to check the text and digit. Alpha numeric it is. That is correct only. And this is only alpha is text. So it is going to use this function. Let me execute it. So this is having only text, so it is giving a true, and here you are having a both digit also is there, so it is going to give a false here. So that is what only is alpha function. Now same is alpha, I'm just trying to check only digit. Is digit. Each digit is going to say is that digit or not. It is a digit now here, it is going to say true, and here it is not having a only digit, it is going to say false. And then I have another function that is lower function. So wherever there is a function with is going to wherever the function is starting with is, that is going to return true or false. So is lower function, when you see the name of the function, you can feel what it is going to check. It's checking is text is all text are having lowercase or not. So if it is lowercase, then it is going to say true, else it is going to say false. So here all are lowercase, so it is going to give a true, and here all characters are in uppercase, then it is going to say false here. So the way we are having is lower function, in the same way we have a is upper function. So to check is the text having a uppercase characters or not. You can try. And is space function is going to check is that space or not. So if it is a space, it returns true, else it is going to return false. Now here, since we are having a text is having a value, it is going to say false. Is title. We already know title, each word of starting character is going to be there in uppercase. So here in all the places, it is having a uppercase for every word. That means the starting word of Azure is having a uppercase character here, and here also I have a uppercase character, here also I have uppercase character. I'm just saying is title. Then it is going to say as it is matching our requirement. But when it comes to here, it is in a lowercase here, it is a lowercase here, it is a lowercase, so it is going to say false. Just try to execute this. So it is giving a true here, and here it is going to give a false. And the final function is remove prefix. So it is used to remove the specified prefix from the text. If I wanted to remove Azure, I have some text. If I wanted to remove some prefix, a specific prefix, then you can use the remove prefix function. So remove prefix is used to remove the specified prefix. And remove suffix also, if you want to remove the suffix, you can remove. So here I'm just trying to remove this ing with the remove suffix. Suffix is ending and prefix is starting. Let's execute it and see Azure is removed here. And when you see here, it is giving ing is removed. So these are all about the text functions or text methods. So out of all this, very important is a split function is very important, and join function is important, and strip function is important to remove the spaces. Starts with, ends with, and replace. I hope I listed most of them. So these functions are important. Okay, so 100% everyone, we're going to use this function, and this one also, and this one. Okay, so when you compare with others. So tomorrow I'm stopping here only. Okay, so just do complete your practice. Tomorrow it will be little longer session. I will go with more than 1 hour. So we'll cover completely list and list functions. Okay, so it's a new topic that is very important for us. So most of the scenarios, like when you go for interview, they're going to ask you in the interview Python related stuff. So Python related stuff you can get from the string functions also. And they will ask you, I'll give a text something like this. I wanted to print a value like this. How can you do it? You have to write a code for that. Okay, so how we can write it? We'll see. Okay, so once the list is complete, list and list functions are done, then we are going to talk about the conditional statements, or we're going to talk about the loops. So while loop and if condition. So if possible, we'll see on tomorrow. Okay, so any question, guys?
Hi, sir.
Hi, Pavitra.
Yeah. Yesterday I pinged you, sir, regarding the free subscription account.
Okay.
Actually, I created account with a new Outlook and new card, but it is not like same the previous free trial account. Can you please see that and confirm me whether it is free trial or paid one?
Do you want to save the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me stop my screen. Can you save?
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Previously it was.
No, it is not a free trial.
Yeah. But when I go
Did you use this card anywhere previously?
No. But here it is showing like this.
Can you go again? Can you go to home and hit on again subscription?
Yeah.
See, that's not a problem even if it is. Okay, so you can just keep it as a plan is my role is owner Azure plan. I think so. It is not a free trial. Upgrade, keep going with your account. Okay, you're remaining. I think so. It is not a paid. It is a free trial only.
Okay.
As it is showing that that warning message, you're remaining 200 free credits are expires in 29 days. Is that right?
Yeah.
So you can use it even say if you use regularly 2 hours or 3 hours, you don't get much bill, so you don't worry about it. Especially when you're practicing with the data flow. Once you complete your practice, just stop the debug. Start data flow debug is all right. Just stop that. That is not going to much more charge.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so no worries. You can work on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And is everyone set up is everyone set up Python, right? Is anyone having any issue with Python setup? Yes, you have to do the practice. Practice is important. Today's function, most of the functions we're going to come across. I mean, so when I'm going to talk in RDD, if I use the split function there, I'm just going to say split will be used to split the data. So I can also talk there. But if you already practiced something in a Python, then that will be very much helpful at the time of database. So because of that reason, I'm just taking you through the Python basics. Okay, so okay then. We'll see you on tomorrow. Thank you for joining.